and a very good evening. These are our top stories for tonight. Indonesian workers employed by Niue's government have already arrived on island and have since commenced work at the Niue Philatelic and Numismatic Corporation. Contracted for 2 years, the workers have already been working on cutting back trees and vegetation that are encroaching public roads, more commonly referred to as overhangs. Priority areas have been to help maintain the roadside cleaning, with aims also to move into other roles once training has been provided. This will include working at the Vaya Farm, the Niue Power Corporation, roadworks, trenching work, and other jobs requiring manual labor. Labor mobility isn't foreign to Niue, with many jobs outsourced. 4 Indonesian workers have already been contracted by Niue's private sector, those by Stan Kaloni and Avi Rubin, the latter being the main source in securing these contractors. A total of 4,166 travellers visited Niue during the months July to September last year. At the end of the quarter, a total of 4,143 travellers departed Niue. This is an increase of 379 more visitors compared to the same period last year, 121 more Niuean visitors and 258 non-Niuean visitors. According to the Bureau of Statistics, 3,014 visitors came here on holiday or vacation, 407 who came to visit friends and relatives, 3 for education or other purposes, and 12 saying they are migrating to Niue for more than 12 months or permanently. The rest, 315, came for business or related purposes. Of the grand total, 3,751 visitors, there were 979 who said they're living in the 14 villages of Niue. The village of Alofi South remains the main place of stay for both Niuean and non-Niuean visitors, followed by Hakupu and Makefu. Noemi Gulliver is Niue's newest midwife. She's the first independent midwife registered, practicing at Niue Hospital, and is currently filling in for Teso, who is on maternity leave, as the maternal and child health nurse.
If you get pregnant or you think you're pregnant, come and see me earlier and we can check out all the blood tests and all the I can give you some information about how to keep healthy in pregnancy, how to look after yourself, and we would do regular checkups every 4 weeks initially, and then closer to the due date it'll become a bit closer together, and just making sure everything is the way it should be, and then also labour and birth, keeping it normal as possible, and afterwards making sure everything is going the way it should be. 2 nurses at the Niue Hospital are also trained midwives, but are in high demand given they are also registered nurses. Noemi informed she's also training in immunisation. I'm also the MCH provider, so that's maternal child health. That's from contraception to the immunisation and the well child checks that are regular immunisations from birth, 6 weeks, 3 months, 5 months, 12 months, 15 months, 4 years, and then later on the 11-year one at school. So, it's important for children to be covered, not only for themselves but also for the community. So if you think your child hasn't had any immunisations, come and talk to me as well.
Gayleen Tasmania, Director General for Social Services, said the department has offered scholarships to high school students to study nursing, specifically midwifery, but unfortunately did not attract any students. It was only 2 weeks ago that Principal Public Health Officer Griselda Mokoia recognized a major difference, having started their annual health checks years ago, of now increased complaints by students experiencing headaches. Griselda revealed that this could be a result of lack of sleep, going to bed late, or being exposed to their gadgets or TV for long periods of time, or doing so just before bed. Appropriate lighting is what Jendi Somerville Ryan knows all too much about. The purpose of their trip currently is to ascertain lighting to qualify Niue as a dark sky sanctuary. Their work is in collaboration with Niue Tourism. She revealed certain lighting had negative impacts on one's health.
Really big issue with outdoor street lights, with phones, with tablets, computers and LED TVs is when it is time to go to sleep and you feel tired, the blue light is telling you wake up and don't go to sleep. So you have this conflict whether you're to go to sleep or to wake up. And it turns out that has quite a few impacts on people's health. It's a contributing factor for depression and for mood disorders. It can stop children from concentrating at school. It's linked to obesity, and there is very early evidence that it is linked to breast cancer and prostate cancer. So the recommendation now is do not look at devices 2 hours before bed and sleep in a dark room.
About 200 people are expected to arrive in Niue for the Taonga Festival, Niue Arts and Culture. The festival will be held from the 19th to the 25th April.
So it's an array of assorted events, both culture and art, and the participating artists are both from here locally as well as overseas. So we're very excited, especially because it's global Niueans taking part. So we're very excited about it, and I hope everybody else will be excited and attend the festival. Yeah. The inaugural festival took place in 2009, which I was part of when I was with tourism. 10 years on, it has grown. It's one of the signature events for Niue that engages both the local Niueans as well as overseas Niueans. So in itself, that's good. But we also want to take it to a step further and make sure that the longevity of the actual festival lasts, and it's not just a stop and start. And also commercialising it a little bit so it actually pays for itself, because currently there's a huge support from the government. But with any festival, investments, they should actually start to evolve in time. So this year we're putting together investment packages for people that are like-minded and would like to invest in arts and culture, and there's an array of it. So we've got a new website that's coming up. We're trying to automate everything and bring it into the 21st century. Previously the festival was run by Taonga Niue as well as the Niue Tourism Office, and they did a fantastic job. So this is just another step and another group of people that's coming in to add a new flavour to it, and it could go back to Taonga tourism in years to come. But at this stage, it's just it's run by the event manager is Glenn Jackson, and we're just as helpers.
Maritime stakeholders have held talks with the Secretariat of the Pacific Community Consultants on aid to navigation risk assessments for Awasele and Namukulu ramps. Discussions have centred on the risks and hazards of the two areas. The discussion was held during the Secretariat of the Pacific Community's Maritime Safety Workshop in collaboration with Niue's Maritime Transport earlier this week.
Most of the stakeholders have identified a lack of aids to navigation, so a lack of lights, which identifies to mariners who go out at sea how to safely get back in. So we will be working with the government and the stakeholders to try to find solutions to tackle those problems.
The Pacific Safety Navigation Project identifies the current and future needs for safety of navigation systems, including aids to navigation, procedure for governance and funding. During Phase 1, SPC carried out a gap analysis and needs assessment covering technical, legal and economic components for Niue in November 2017.
There has been a lot of work been done in the past couple of years. I know that there are some other projects Niue is working on safety of navigation and trainings in school, lots of awareness programs. So I think even though project may come from different organizations, the ultimate goal is really to enhance the safety of navigation, and Niue is in a very good path towards the enhancement of it, so very positive.
9 teams have registered for this year's cricket season, set to bat off this coming Saturday with the men's team starting first. There are 2 pools for the annual draw. Those villages in Pool A are Alofi, Makefu, Tomkotonga and Liku. In Pool B are the villages of Lakepa, Hakupu, Tuwapa and Vaiea. The Liku versus Makefu match is played at Lakepa, Tomkotonga and Alofi in Vaiea. The next match will be Lakepa versus Hakupu and Vaiea versus Tuwapa, played in Hakupu. That ends our news for this evening. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great weekend. Nonofwa, moi manuina.